Hi folks. I thought it would be a good time to cover some of the joys of gardening versus the sorrows. We've been talking a lot about the poultry fence not working, the brassicas getting into the ground late at the farm, and the recent frost that killed a bunch of my plants. But what you can see around me is pure abundance. I love this container garden. I have 50 containers. They're 20-gallon containers. And in this garden, I have 8 different kinds of kale. I've got basil, I've got cilantro, 7 different types of peppers, radishes, arugula, beets, spinach, Brussels sprouts, carrots, Swiss chard, turnips, Napa cabbage. I've got 2 pots of beans growing, pole beans, cucumbers. I've got some flowers in here. I've got a broccoli plant and a couple of different kinds of mustards. This particular garden grows so much food for my family. Specifically, I wanted to show you how beautiful the kale plants are. Now, each one of these kale plants has its own characteristics, and we'll take a look at those closer up. I'm going to show you the types of leaves and talk about the flavor, and I'm even going to show you how to make a salad out of them that is palatable. And a lot of people don't like kale. They're like, ooh, it's picky and it's bitter and it's this, it's that. It's really not that bad as long as you know how to prepare it. Now, I did not harvest tonight because I really wanted you to see how beautiful it is before it's harvested, although it grows back really, really quickly. I did notice for the first time this year that there are some very, very small cabbage worms on it. So how do you take care of cabbage worms? We try to grow organically when we can. Here at the house, we do consistently grow organically. At the farm, we've had to make some choices to grow with a little bit more conventional means, but I want to talk about how it is you can protect your plants. It's really easy if you're only growing a few plants in containers. You can get from a gardening supply store these bags. They're mesh bags, and they have a tie at the bottom, and you can slide these over the top of the plant, tuck them in nice, and you're never going to have cabbage worms on your kale or anything in the brassica family. Now, I've got a lot here, and I do normally put covers on them, but they were growing so beautifully, I just didn't want to cover them up. I was enjoying just looking at them. So what else can you do that is organic? Well, we've got a product called Neems Oil that you can spray. Now, it's recommended whenever you spray, even though it's organic, it is a chemical. So you don't want to spray this on there and then eat it the next day. So they recommend that you wait a day or two and then do wash your kale leaves or any of the vegetables that you might spray this on. But this will help with the cabbage worms. And I have another product, and I use this also. It's called Safer Caterpillar Killer. I use this more on tomato worms, and they're both very effective products. The difference between using an organic product and a product like Sevin is that this doesn't last as long as Sevin would. My folks used Sevin on everything. Every bug that existed, there was Sevin. I think we're growing more aware of the impact of insecticides on our pollinators, and so we want to try to be aware of that. I want to be aware of that anyway, and so I'm going to try to do this organically as much as possible. That also means me coming out here and picking the bugs off and killing them manually. So I think that's what I want to share with you, is just that you can grow an abundant amount of food just in containers like this. Even one container of kale will last you all summer long. If you're new to kale, I recommend the black or dinosaur kale. It's not got the curly edges, it's much more palatable, and most people really enjoy it. All right, that's all for right now. Thanks for joining me.